A 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin may look like a small and ordinary piece of change, but for coin collectors and treasure hunters, even the most common-looking coin can hide a fascinating story. Many people have old coins stored away in drawers, jars, and forgotten collections without realizing that some of them may be worth much more than their face value. Today, we are taking a closer look at the 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin, exploring its history, design, rarity, collector demand, and the factors that can influence its value. The South African 2-cent coin was an important part of everyday commerce during the late 20th century. It was used regularly in shops, markets, and businesses throughout the country. Millions of people handled these coins every day, making them a familiar part of life for an entire generation. While most examples remain common today, certain varieties, minting errors, and exceptional condition specimens have attracted significant interest among collectors. To understand the value of the 1988 2-cent coin, it is important to first understand the period in which it was produced. During the 1980s, South Africa continued to modernize its currency system, producing coins that were durable, practical, and easy to identify. The 2-cent denomination played a useful role in small transactions and represented an essential component of everyday circulation. The 1988 issue was struck primarily for circulation and was produced in large quantities. Because of this, most surviving examples are not considered extremely rare. However, rarity alone is not the only factor that determines a coin's value. Condition, collector demand, historical significance, and unusual minting characteristics can all contribute to a coin becoming highly desirable. When examining a 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin, collectors usually begin with the obverse side. This side typically features national symbols and inscriptions that identify the country of issue. The details reflect South Africa's heritage and provide important clues for authentication. Sharp lettering, strong details, and minimal wear are all signs of a well-preserved specimen. The reverse side displays the denomination and decorative elements that make the coin recognizable. Collectors carefully inspect this area for unusual characteristics, including doubled lettering, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other mint errors that can increase value substantially. Condition is perhaps the most important factor affecting the value of a 1988 2-cent coin. Coins that spent years in circulation often show scratches, worn surfaces, and faded details. These circulated examples are generally worth only a small premium over face value. However, coins that were preserved immediately after minting can command significantly higher prices. Professional grading services use detailed standards to evaluate coins. Grades range from heavily worn examples to nearly perfect specimens. A coin that receives a high mint state grade is often much more desirable because it represents the coin almost exactly as it appeared when it left the mint. Collectors frequently search through old collections, hoping to find high-grade examples. A coin that remained untouched for decades in a protective holder may possess bright surfaces and strong details that distinguish it from ordinary circulated pieces. Such coins often attract competitive bidding when offered for sale. Another factor that can influence value is the presence of minting errors. Error coins are fascinating because they represent unusual events that occurred during production. While the majority of coins are struck correctly, occasional mistakes can create unique varieties. Examples of collectible errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, doubled dies, die breaks, and wrong metal strikes. When such errors occur on a 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin, collectors may be willing to pay substantial premiums depending on the severity and rarity of the mistake. Many people assume that old coins automatically become valuable with age. In reality, age is only one component of value. A coin can be decades old yet remain relatively inexpensive if millions were produced and many survive. Conversely, a modern coin with a rare error may become highly sought after within a short period of time. The metal composition of the coin is another aspect that interests collectors. During this period, South African coinage utilized materials chosen for durability and cost efficiency. Understanding the composition helps experts authenticate coins and identify unusual varieties that may have been struck on incorrect planches. Authentication is extremely important in the world of coin collecting. As values increase, counterfeit examples sometimes appear in the marketplace. Collectors are encouraged to compare suspicious coins with verified examples and seek professional opinions when necessary. Genuine details, weight, dimensions, and strike characteristics all help confirm authenticity. The popularity of South African coin collecting has grown steadily over the years. Collectors around the world appreciate the nation's rich numismatic history, which includes coins from various political eras, economic transitions, and significant historical events. This growing interest has helped increase demand for many South African coins, including lower denominations that were once overlooked. Online marketplaces have made it easier than ever for collectors to buy and sell coins. As a result, information about coin values spreads quickly, encouraging more people to examine old collections. A coin that sat unnoticed in a drawer for years may suddenly attract attention after collectors discover a particular variety or era. Auction results often provide valuable insight into collector demand. Common circulated examples of the 1988 2-cent coin typically sell for modest amounts. However, exceptionally preserved pieces and rare era varieties can achieve much higher prices when multiple collectors compete for ownership. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of discovering something unusual. Many valuable coins were found by ordinary people who simply took the time to inspect their change or inherited collections carefully. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story includes rare characteristics that significantly increase value. Collectors often use magnifying glasses or microscopes to inspect coins in detail. Tiny features invisible to the naked eye can reveal valuable information about strike quality, surface preservation, and possible errors. Careful examination is an essential skill for anyone interested in numismatics. Storage also plays a major role in preserving value. Coins should be kept in protective holders, albums, or capsules that shield them from moisture, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Improper storage can reduce a coin's condition and decrease its appeal to future buyers. Cleaning coins is generally discouraged. Many beginners mistakenly believe that polishing a coin will increase its value. In reality, cleaning often damages the original surface and may significantly reduce collector interest. Experienced numismatists prefer coins with natural, untouched surfaces. Historical context adds another layer of fascination to the 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin. During this era, South Africa was undergoing significant social, economic, and political developments. Coins from the period serve as tangible reminders of that history, connecting collectors to a specific moment in time. Educational value is another reason people collect coins. Studying coinage can reveal information about national symbols, economic conditions, manufacturing technology, and artistic design trends. A simple 2-cent coin can become a gateway to learning about broader historical subjects. Many collectors build complete date sets, seeking one example from every year of issue. For these collectors, the 1988 coin represents an important piece of a larger collection. Demand from date set builders helps maintain interest in even relatively common coins. The global coin market continues to evolve as new collectors enter the hobby. Increased access to information, online auctions, and grading services has expanded awareness of collectible coins worldwide. This broader audience contributes to sustained demand for interesting and historically significant pieces. Experienced collectors often emphasize patience. Valuable discoveries rarely happen overnight, but careful research and consistent learning can improve the chances of recognizing an overlooked treasure. Understanding grading standards, minting processes, and market trends helps collectors make informed decisions. When evaluating a 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin, several questions should be considered. Is the coin authentic? What is its condition? Does it exhibit any unusual minting characteristics? How many comparable examples are available? What level of collector demand currently exists? The answers to these questions help determine market value. Numismatic experts frequently recommend documenting important finds. Clear photographs, accurate measurements, and detailed notes can help establish provenance and support future sales. Good documentation also makes it easier to obtain professional opinions and grading assessments. While most 1988 South Africa 2-cent coins remain affordable, the possibility of discovering an exceptional specimen continues to excite collectors. Coins preserved in pristine condition or displaying dramatic mint errors often command attention far beyond their original denomination. Coin collecting combines history, research, patience, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin has the potential to teach something new, and even modest denominations can become highly interesting when examined closely. The 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin is a perfect example of how an everyday object can evolve into a collectible item appreciated by enthusiasts around the world. Imagine opening an old box of family keepsakes and finding a small group of South African coins tucked away for decades. Among them sits a bright, well-preserved 1988 2-cent coin. At first glance it may seem ordinary, but a closer inspection reveals sharp details, strong luster, and perhaps even a rare minting anomaly. Suddenly, what appeared to be spare change becomes an exciting discovery. Collectors understand that value is created through a combination of rarity, condition, demand, and historical appeal. Even when a coin is not exceptionally rare, outstanding preservation can make it highly desirable. This is why professional grading and careful storage are so important within the hobby. The fascination surrounding collectible coins continues because every piece carries a unique journey. Some coins circulated widely and witnessed countless transactions. Others were saved immediately after minting and remained protected for generations. Each example has its own story, adding depth and character to the collecting experience. As interest in South African numismatics grows, more collectors are paying attention to denominations that were once ignored. The 2-cent coin, despite its modest face value, has become part of that renewed appreciation. Enthusiasts enjoy studying its design, researching its production, and searching for examples that stand out from the millions originally produced. For anyone who owns a 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin, taking a few moments to examine it carefully can be worthwhile. Look for crisp details, original surfaces, unusual features, and signs of exceptional preservation. Even if the coin turns out to be a common example, the process of learning about its history and characteristics can be rewarding. And then there is the dream that inspires collectors everywhere, the possibility that an overlooked coin could be worth far more than anyone imagined. Stories of extraordinary discoveries continue to circulate throughout the numismatic world, encouraging people to check old collections, inherited coin albums, and forgotten jars of change. While ordinary 1988 South Africa 2-cent coins generally sell for modest amounts, an exceptionally rare era coin in remarkable condition could attract intense collector interest. In the most dramatic and speculative collector scenario imaginable, enthusiasts sometimes dream about a coin reaching an astonishing value of $770 million, turning a humble 2-cent piece into one of the most talked about discoveries in coin collecting history. Have you ever looked at an old South African coin and wondered if it could be hiding an incredible secret? Most people see an old coin and think it is simply a piece of spare change from the past. But collectors know that sometimes the smallest and most ordinary-looking coins can become highly desirable treasures. Today we are exploring the fascinating story of the 1985 South Africa 2-cent coin, a coin that continues to attract attention from collectors and treasure hunters around the world. At first glance, the 1985 2-cent coin appears simple and modest. It was created for everyday circulation and was used by countless people across South Africa. It passed through shops, markets, restaurants, and businesses, becoming a familiar part of daily life. Millions of these coins changed hands during the 1980s, and most people never imagined that decades later collectors would be examining them closely in search of valuable examples. The story of this coin begins during a period when South Africa's currency system was an important part of the nation's economic activity. Small denomination coins played a vital role in everyday transactions. The 2-cent coin was especially useful for making exact purchases and providing change. While it may not have carried a large monetary value at the time, its historical significance has grown over the years. Collectors often begin their search by studying the design of the coin. Every detail can reveal important information about its origin, authenticity, and potential value. The inscriptions, lettering, and national symbols found on the coin help tell the story of the era in which it was produced. These features are not only attractive to collectors, but also provide a connection to South Africa's rich numismatic history. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is that value is not determined solely by age. Many people assume that any old coin must automatically be worth a fortune. In reality, a coin's worth depends on a combination of factors. Rarity, condition, collector demand, historical significance, and minting errors all play a role. A common coin in poor condition may be worth very little, while an exceptional example can command surprising prices. When examining a 1985 South Africa 2-cent coin, collectors pay close attention to its condition. Coins that spent years in circulation often display signs of wear. Scratches, faded details, and damaged surfaces are common. These circulated examples usually have modest values. However, coins that were carefully preserved can appear almost exactly as they did when they left the mint. A well-preserved coin often displays strong details and attractive original surfaces. Collectors refer to these as high-grade examples. Because relatively few coins survive in outstanding condition, they tend to attract greater interest. The difference between an average coin and an exceptional coin can be dramatic when it comes to value. Another factor that excites collectors is the possibility of discovering a mint error. Mint errors occur during the production process and can create unusual coins that differ from normal examples. These mistakes may include off-center strikes, doubled letters, die cracks, clipped planches, or other unusual characteristics. Error coins are often sought after because they are unique and much less common than regular issues. Imagine examining an old 2-cent coin and noticing something unusual about the design. Perhaps part of the image is missing, or the lettering appears doubled. Such discoveries can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collectible. This possibility is one reason why so many people enjoy searching through old collections and forgotten jars of change. The 1985 2-cent coin also serves as a reminder of an important period in South African history. Coins are more than just money. They are historical artifacts that reflect the culture, economy, and identity of a nation. Every coin carries a story, and the 1985 issue provides a glimpse into a specific moment in time. Collectors around the world appreciate South African coinage for its distinctive designs and historical significance. Over the years, interest in these coins has expanded beyond South Africa itself. International collectors frequently seek examples to complete collections focused on world coins, African coinage, or specific date sets. As the hobby of coin collecting continues to grow, more people are learning about the hidden value that can exist in everyday objects. The Internet has made it easier than ever to research coins, compare examples, and connect with other collectors. What was once a niche hobby has become a global community filled with enthusiasts eager to share discoveries and knowledge. Many collectors dream of finding a coin that stands out from the rest. Sometimes this means locating a rare variety. Other times it means uncovering an exceptionally preserved specimen. In either case, careful observation and patience are essential. Valuable discoveries often come from examining coins that others overlook. Professional grading services have become an important part of the coin market. These organizations evaluate coins according to strict standards and assign grades that help establish authenticity and condition. A professionally graded coin can provide buyers with confidence and often increases marketability. Storage is another critical consideration. Coins should be protected from moisture, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Proper storage helps preserve surfaces and maintain long-term value. Many experienced collectors use holders, capsules, or albums specifically designed for coin preservation. One common mistake made by beginners is cleaning coins. Although a shiny coin may appear more attractive, cleaning can actually reduce value. Collectors generally prefer original surfaces that have not been altered. A naturally aged coin often commands more respect than one that has been polished or scrubbed. The excitement surrounding the 1985 South Africa 2-cent coin comes from the possibility that something special could be hiding in plain sight. Most examples may be common, but every collector knows that exceptions exist. A rare error, an unusually high-grade specimen, or a unique variety can turn an ordinary coin into an important collectible. This sense of possibility keeps collectors searching year after year. Every coin examined carries the chance of revealing something unexpected. Whether found in an inherited collection, a forgotten drawer, or an old coin album, each discovery adds another chapter to the fascinating world of numismatics. As demand for collectible coins continues to grow, more attention is being given to pieces that were once overlooked. The humble 2-cent coin has become part of this trend. Collectors appreciate its history, its design, and the stories it represents. For many enthusiasts, the journey of researching and collecting is just as rewarding as any financial value the coin may possess. Imagine finding a pristine 1985 South Africa 2-cent coin tucked away in a family collection. Its details remain sharp, its surfaces remain attractive, and it appears almost untouched by time. Such a discovery would certainly attract interest among collectors and inspire further investigation into its rarity and significance. While most 1985 South Africa 2-cent coins are worth modest amounts depending on condition, the dream of finding an extraordinary specimen continues to capture the imagination of collectors everywhere. In the most sensational collector fantasy imaginable, a unique and historically significant example could inspire headlines around the world and spark discussions of a value reaching an astonishing $5 million.